Yeah, what's up everybody, Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we're back doing our AI-only series. We are here with the new Frontier civs, and Teddy is off to a very good start here in the beginning. We'll see if he's able to maintain that. He's got, he's got a huge science boost. So he's got some of the best units in the game. How's his military looking? His military is significantly stronger than France, who just got their butts kicked by a city-state. So we'll see whether or not Teddy decides to go to war. He's not actually sharing borders, but they're not too friendly with each other. So we'll have to see how that works out. Teddy is popping out campuses and industrial zones. Yeah, I mean, he's in a really strong position right now. I have to say, he's looking pretty dang good. I'm actually going to open my office door here because it's getting quite hot. Ugh. It's one of those weird times where it's like, it's kind of warm outside, but it's not warm enough to have the air just keep running. So it's getting warm even with my fan on. So we're going to keep that open. Emily's home today, so we'll see whether or not the dog comes and bugs us. Say what? Read my text messages. Does she have issues again? Yes! She got one of our villagers to move out in Animal Crossing. We've had, like, literally we had this monkey called Louie, and then we had this little mouse called Penelope, who we just neither liked at all. Penelope only because she had the exact same personality as one of the other villagers that we loved, and we've just been trying to get them to move forever. Like, I'm talking, like, this has been like 3 months now. Well, it hasn't been that long, but so, best news, best news. We got the monkey to leave a couple weeks ago. Although then a dog moved in that we don't really like, but it's like, all right, well, whatever. We'll keep you for now. Not that you can really force villagers to move. So, you know, anyways. Okay, back to the game. What's happening? Well, it's one of those things where it's like, don't really need to talk about the game because there's not a lot happening. Actually, no. No, you guys haven't declared war yet. No, because he went all the way down to Singapore. They just went to war. That volcano just blew up. The volcano just blew up. They are right on each other's butts, dude. What's the science look like between them? So, Gran Colombia's got the slight advantage in tech. He does have crossbows up, but that's a lot of horsemen and swordsmen. And we're not seeing any swordsmen here with Gran Colombia. So either A, he doesn't have the iron, or B, he hasn't gotten that tech, which I suppose we can see whether or not B is true by doing that. And he has not picked up the tech. Okay. Interesting. Who would you give the advantage to? I mean, crossbows are usually the great equalizer, as we've seen many, many times in these AI-only series. But with enough horsemen, you can, like, really run them down. But then again, Gran Colombia just popped out a ton of crossbows. Man, that would be an interesting battle. I actually would love to see how that one shakes out. Teddy still is not desiring to go kill France. Vatican City lost their walls. France is now pulling in knights. So she's trying. She's still trying. 229 under combat strength. Teddy's up to 551. I actually kind of expected Teddy to be a little higher at this point. Mostly because he's not really fighting anyone. Hattusa, is that one? No suzerain. Bologna, though, is Teddy. And Catherine actually has Babylon. So Catherine should be getting a nice little science boost. I say that, but she's only at 50. She really is just not doing too hot. And she still has a ton of room. So, like, her start wasn't the best because she did have this tundra start with a whole bunch of flatlands. So, you know, not the greatest starting location. Although, let's keep in mind, all she had to do was go over one tile and she would have had much better housing. And, yeah, she could have done a lot better. She could have done a lot better for herself. I think maybe she settled there so she could get the stone, but then she's not even working the stone. And I mean, she could have even come over here at some point. And I mean, still not a lot of production, but you got at least horses over here and stuff like that. She's definitely behind the 8 ball. Vatican City got their walls back, so good job, friends. Good job, friends. Are we warring yet? We are still not warring. Come on, people. Dude, I love the lights. The Northern Lights. There you go. Even though we're right near the equator. Actually, isn't this... Yeah, that's the solar flare. I was going to say, I was like, wait a second. Actually, isn't this an effect? Which is kind of strange now to think about because it's only turn 116 and we had a solar flare? I don't think we've ever seen that before. Like, we're not even on tier 2 yet, climate change. Huh. Those are catastrophic, man. Although it only damaged 8 tiles. There's no power plants yet to destroy. Has the Earth ever been hit by a solar flare? Yes. Has the Earth ever been stopped moving? Someone's watched a little too much of the core. Ever been hit by an asteroid? Ever been hit by a solar flare? I would imagine no, because so there has been. The largest recorded September 1st and 2nd, 1859. There's one in 2012, but it passed Earth orbit without striking the planet. Geometric storm. Okay. So what happened? Just a few months because blah, blah, blah. Auroras was seen around the world. They're so bright in the Rocky Mountains that they woke gold miners who began preparing breakfast because they thought it was morning. What? People in northeastern United States could read the newspaper by the aurora's light. The aurora was visible from the poles to low altitude. Interesting. Telegraph systems all over Europe and North America failed, in some cases giving telegraph operators electric shock. Telegraph pylons threw sparks. Some telegraph operators could continue to send and receive messages despite their power issues. So really, it wasn't that terrible, mostly because, you know, there wasn't that much power stuff. So, interesting. So everyone's in a golden age right now except Simone and France. France isn't losing Lyon, though. They're still trying to take Vatican. Still very much trying. Singapore's got their unique unit, but as we've seen, that's Ethiopia, has their unique unit, but not particularly strong. It really isn't. Although it looks like, was that an upgrade to the horsemen? I think it was, right? Upgrades from horsemen, yeah. So they're just spending the money to upgrade them. And they actually have swordman cores now as well. I actually would give the advantage right now to Ethiopia, although that tornado just kind of went right through it. Oh my gosh, and it came back for a second round. Yeah, if they ended up at war, oh my gosh, it goes through the third round. Oh my gosh, man, don't live in dire dawa. Man, that tornado went over it 3 times. Like, what the hell? I don't think they last that long normally. So they're actually kind of moving their armies away from each other, which leads me to believe I don't think we're going to see a war anytime soon. Teddy is starting to run out of room here. So either A, Teddy's going to have to start going up in this direction, or he's going to have to start pushing to France. Maya's still kind of all over here by herself. So this was definitely not the most war-focused one. But as I said, I think I'm okay with this, because this is giving us a really good picture on the diplomacy. Whether or not someone's going to be able to, like, whether or not we need to turn it off here in the future. Teddy's kind of cruising right now, although Lady Six Guy isn't that far behind. But the thing you got to really look... he's actually still not that much higher. And Ethiopia is kind of doing pretty good for themselves. They started off pretty disappointing, but they've pulled it back. And I'm looking purely at the science. If you look at culture, Ethiopia is actually doing pretty dang good. Now, Teddy's doing well enough in culture that I would imagine we're not going to see a culture victory. Usually the only time the AI is able to win a culture victory is if no one else in the AI goes for culture early on. So if anyone kind of has a little bit of culture, it pretty much gives a huge advantage. So I really want to see you send someone to the meteor site, because I want to see what kind of unit you get. I wish they would just give you like alien units. Like 1 in 10% chance you get like an alien unit. I think that would just be great. I really hope they add an alien. Like, there's got to be aliens. They have secret societies. They have freaking vampires. Come on, we need aliens, right? And they have aliens in the Red Dead stuff now, so... give us aliens. I actually got to play the updated Red Dead. I hadn't looked at any of the new civs either. We just kind of ignored it. Alright, so there's a lot of religion fighting going on in Teddy land, which I'm assuming means he doesn't have one of the religions. Yeah, he does not. So everyone's currently fighting for Teddy land. Culture, Lady Six Guy is currently in first, but that's not going to hold. Really doesn't matter. Science, although how much Teddy's at 34, Ethiopia's at 30, as is Mayan. Pretty much everyone else is at 30 except France. France is really far behind. And yeah, diplomacy, France is at 5 points. Is anyone working on those wonders? Well, Statue of Liberty is a little early. I'm assuming she got the temple. I'm assuming it's not the Kotoku. It's one of the temples that gives the diplomatic victory points. Yeah, right there. Right? It's the Mahabi temple? Mahobi? The Mahabodhi? Mahabodhi? Yeah, okay. So yeah, she ended up getting 2 points from that. Then let's see. Wasn't the Itza also, doesn't that one give you 1? I'm trying to remember. I think the Itza also gives you 1, right? No. It's the, Potato Palace. Right? Yeah, that's the one that gives you the 1. And then Statue of Liberty, which gives you, what, 4 or something like that. So really it comes down to, I think, whoever's going to end up with the Statue of Liberty. Because that's really the big one. And then, honestly, how lucky people are voting with the forced votes, apparently. So we still do not have a war. Oh, no. Okay, Ethiopia and Grand Colombia declared war on each other. And initially, Grand Colombia is actually the one that is pushing forward. But, you know, they're going to immediately die, so they're not going to be able to take anything. I was about to say, is this like the longest it's been without a war? I think so. And wait, you're actually not even that mad at France anymore. Huh. Interesting. I don't think we'll see Teddy come in and declare war on Grand Colombia. He could fit his troops around here, but until someone gets a city here, I wouldn't anticipate that. Teddy kind of stopped throwing out cities too, and he's still got a lot of room here. What are our cities looking like right now? So Maya's at 9. Teddy's at 7. Yeah, see, Teddy's falling behind here on the cities. 9 for Colombia, 8 for France, and, sorry, Ethiopia every time, and then 9 for Colombia. So yeah, Teddy's actually behind, which means he might end up starting to fall behind in science here. Perhaps. He has freaking aircraft carriers already. What? It's 700 AD. God. you know, during the middle of the Dark Ages, freaking America rolling around with aircraft carriers. That seems pretty standard. He has infantry unlocked already. Dude, but look at all the text. I think a lot of this has to do with just like how much he could bypass because of the random nature of this. Like, look at all the stuff he's passed. He skipped astrology. He skipped masonry. He skipped shipbuilding. He skipped musketmen. He has freaking infantry, but he never got musketmen. Oy. He has aircraft carriers, but he literally doesn't have planes. Actually, here's the best part. Because he can't build infantry because he doesn't have oil. The strongest melee troops he can build are swordsmen. So he has swordsmen who are rolling around in aircraft carriers and destroyers. Pretty freaking great, man. Pretty freaking great. All right, just advance. Oi, Teddy. Yeah, this is very much beelining it. He also has cab, but he never ended up getting his unique unit. So he didn't find his unique unit yet. Trying to think, that is in industrial era, if I recall correctly. So it should be up here, which is going to be where tanks are as well. So might be a minute. I don't know if he's trying to like rush. I mean, here's the really interesting question. We'll have to pay attention here where he's going. Like, he's going for flight. I'm wondering if he's bum rushing, because he's definitely going for a science victory. So this is actually going to very clarify it, whether or not the AI is cheating. Because if the AI is cheating, he will pretty much be researching, I think, rocket sites here pretty quickly. And then we'll know that the AI actually knows where all the techs are. Which would be somewhat disappointing, but, you know, at least the AI is going to be able to put up a fight. Because I feel like if they don't cheat, there'll be certain games in which the AI just absolutely gets crapped on because they just go the wrong way. So we are now tier 2 with global climate being an issue. Who's actually flooding it? It's Teddy. Teddy with coal. Yeah, Teddy got a bunch of coal. Ethiopia and France and Grand Colombia. Okay, so everyone else has coal as well. It's just Teddy has a lot of coal. And he has built freaking aircraft carriers. The best part about this is if he had vampires, he could totally have vampires that are rolling around with the 65 melee strength. And that's his strongest melee unit right now is freaking aircraft carriers. Just, you know, sure. AI things, man. We still have basically no a victor, or at least no one with an upper hand yet in this war. It slowly looks like Grand Colombia is pushing, but Ethiopia just has so many more troops here in reserve that they could bring to the front lines. France never got past Vatican City, so good job there. And I don't know, Maya's really been doing a whole lot of anything either. There were some meteor strikes right there. Did you ever pick up your other one? She did. I don't know what it was, though. I mean, definitely wasn't an alien unit for the record, but anyways. She actually lost the commercial hub as well, but you know. Dude, I love Apocalypse mode. It's so fun. It's just fun watching everything blow up and die. It's great. It's great. Hopefully we can get some really good meteors in this game. We had a couple last game, but the game just ended too soon. Speaking of which, Teddy got a diplomatic victory point. Catherine's still in first place. Don't know if Teddy's rushing out Statue of Liberty. We'll have to pop in here and see where he's going. Hi, Teddy. He's doing commercialization. He's doing banks. So he actually started going North Tree, it looks like. Yeah, he's going back and filling things in. So I'm thinking then he didn't straight rush it out, which is good. Maya, where are you at? Musketman. So she's, wow, Teddy just got way up there. Everyone else seems to be being a little more balanced in it. I'm gonna sneeze, man. We're good. Are you still behind on cities? Yeah, he's still at 7. Like, what the heck? I don't know. I've seen the AI do this before where they basically just kind of break and don't build any more cities. I mean, he has a lot of potential city locations. The interesting thing is he's also getting a lot of tourism now because he's got the seaside resorts because he rushed those out. And he's got the neighborhoods. His culture's at 148, but I imagine his tourism is going to be a little bit better than that. Culture. Yeah, he's winning in tourism right now. Does anyone have Broadway yet? That's kind of the interesting thing here. So you're still only at Enlightenment. So we still got a ways to go. Oh, no, you just rushed things up. So he actually has seen where Broadway is, but he can't pick it up. He actually has Statue of Liberty. Interesting. That's a very early Statue of Liberty, by the way, guys. Yeah, civil engineering. This is 960. That can't be. It's got to be a lot more expensive than this, I think, normally. Yeah, 1010. Okay, I guess it's like 1 behind, so I guess it's not that early. So then it could have been built by either of them. By pretty much anyone, maybe at this point. Do we see the statue? No. So no one's quite going for diplomacy victory then? France built it? No one's built the Hue yet. Interesting. France is trying to. Yeah, we don't see the statue. Huh. Okay. What are we looking at here now with score for diplomacy? Catherine's at 7, so I don't know anyone gained any points that turn. Yeah, it kind of seems that way. So, I don't think we're going to have a diplomacy victory here. So what does that mean for AI series going forward? I don't know. Because, like, here's the problem. It's like, if the AI gets really lucky, the AI can just win a stupid, easy game. With basically putting in almost no effort. So I kind of hate that. But on the other side of things, there's also probably most games are going to be like that, where it's like, it's a possibility, but it's not really end of the world. And I don't necessarily want to disable it. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe going to kind of look to you guys, see what your guys' thoughts are on that. Dude, that is a freaking Cat 5 already. I say already. Not actually that late yet. Was that a Cat 5? Yeah, Cat 5 Rosa. Didn't kill anyone, didn't hit anything. Dude, these freaking hurricanes, or these tornadoes, dude. Tornado and a hurricane, man. Look at all the pop loss and all the killing. Jeez. Spear thrower owl? That is a very interesting name of a dust storm. Spear thrower owl. I mean, clearly that was in Maya land. And I mean, you can see they've had a couple dust storms here. So there's some decent, I mean, okay tiles. If you get a Petra over here, it'd be really good. I don't know anyone's built the Petra. It's one of those things where it's just like the AI most of the time doesn't build Petra. Now, our first game with the new patch, the AI, or it wasn't the new patch, it was the last patch where they introduced the diplomatic quarter. The AI ended up building a very early Petra. And so we kind of thought that the AI was, you know, maybe changed. And was valuing the Petra a little higher than they were, or at least they were valuing the diplomatic quarter pretty highly. But since then, I don't think we've seen a Petra from the AI, so I don't know if that's the case. That might not be the case anymore, or at least, you know, it was just a one-off, you know, thing happened. Okay, where are we at? We're at 20 minutes, so we should probably wrap this one up here. Let's take a quick look across the board here. Teddy's rolling with 500 signs. So Teddy's definitely going for a science victory, and he's probably going to get that science victory. He already has rocketry. Is he building rockets, or at least a rocket site? No, he's actually getting either partisans or he has some unhappiness, but it doesn't look like he's having happy issues. But I don't know if we would actually see that. I don't know if we'd see that. My assumption is partisans, and I'm assuming they're probably spawning from the neighborhood. So he's not started a rocket site. Now, the thing is, he's got, I'm sure, some good production because he's got a lot of hills in here. So I imagine he's going to be able to shoot the rockets off here pretty dang quickly. And the thing is, no one's even close. Like, Maya's probably in second place, and she's just way far behind. Like, she's finally just barely getting computers, which is going to help. But, you know, if Teddy's going for the science victory, I don't know anyone's going to be able to catch up. Question is anyone going to be able to get one of the other victory types first? We're still only 7 here. I don't think anyone's building the statues still. If France was building the Statue of Liberty, it's an industrial zone wonder, so she would have the advantage on it. And so she's building the Statue of Liberty. If she gets all 3 of these diplomatic victory points here, there is a chance that, you know, that would put her at 14. There's a chance she might be able to beat Teddy. But other than that, I don't know anyone's going to be able to beat Teddy. And Teddy's still first place here, too, with the tourism. So, yeah, it's looking more and more like Teddy's going to cruise the diplomatic victory, or science victory, rather. And I'm really wondering how much it was Bull Moose Teddy versus, you know, not Bull Moose Teddy. Why he's doing so much better here. But anyways, for now, we're going to wrap this episode up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share, support. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.